the hearts of men, and now of course women, have been involved, and we've had tens of thousands of volunteer hours. 10 years ago we had about 10,000 volunteer hours, and now we're up to something like 40 to 50,000 volunteer hours a year. And it's on this, the basis of this, that in that goodwill it's generated, a lot of things happen in Essentially Men. I would also like to acknowledge Rex Can, who started us all back 28 years ago as a young fella, and also our benefactors and the donors. We've been fantastically supported by the men who have been through the program, but when they go through it, they realise the value for other men and for the young men and young women in society now, and they've contributed hugely to the success of the program. Okay, that's right. So as a whole, part of what we're doing, part of the vision of what we had was to shift the way that people in the community thought about themselves and how they operated. And it's like a shifting of gravity that men it's no longer the norm that was there for so many decades in New Zealand, that men sort of got on with it, dealt with things in isolation or didn't deal with them. It's now we're seeing quite a shift where it's accepted that if you've got a problem, you can talk to your mate about it, or you can go to a men's group, go to an Essentially Men's group about it, or do a workshop on it. And we're seeing with this shift, what has happened is that the norm of behaviour has shifted, and so clear emotional communication and acceptance of that it's not about someone else doing it to you, it's you owning your response, reaction to things. That's brought about huge shifts in the way that families operate. As I said, we've estimated we touch 100,000 people now, and the way that people in business communicate and operate with each other, the way that parents operate. And this has shifted the centre of gravity. It's fair to say that 10 years ago we were on the fringe of society. When men came to ring up our workshops, they imagined there was a bunch of tree huggers there, which we weren't. Were maybe some of us, but slowly we're finding ourselves, we're carrying the heart and the need for connection and ownership of who we are and being authentic men into the centre, of where New Zealand male identity lies now.
Now all men are tree huggers.
We have trees lined up outside.
If you wish.
Okay.
Okay, Terence is itching to say something.
I can't read my writing.
He's just itching.
Okay. Essentially Men has contributed, of course, the other thing has been the leadership programs that were developed and training of people who work with men and what the norms are and what can be expected from them. So there's been, those leadership programs have contributed again to a huge shift in what's expected to be the norm, both in community organisations, and also in the other sectors, the business sectors as well. And of course we'd like to say that now men expect to be kept to account on the depth of the lasting relationship, on where the heart's at. And that's perhaps been the crowning achievement. That's what it is to be a Kiwi man.
Thank you.
Yeah.